I think feminism is just the liberation of women.
To me, feminism is like a right, a basic right.
It means equality, to be seen as the same, and not better or more important, just like equal.
Feminism means to me that both genders should be treated equally.
Feminism to me is equality.
Women have struggled to gain equal rights for centuries, but the year of 1848 marked a huge milestone as women activists publicly protested for their civil, social, political and religious rights at the Seneca Falls Convention. It caused a surge around the world to campaign and fight for equality, and by 1893, New Zealand became the first country to grant women the right to vote. But it wasn't until 1918 when the United Kingdom did the same. Throughout the 20th century, campaigns for gender equality continued, and women began to work and develop stable careers with new options beyond caretaking. By 1945, the United Nations formed and the Universal Declaration of Human Rights was created, in which Eleanor Roosevelt and other female activists underlined the importance of women's rights within this, setting a foundation for women's rights on an international level. Despite all this progress, issues continued to occur when it came to equal pay and the inequality we still face today in the 21st century.
I think the biggest issue with feminism is the ignorance towards it. No one really knows what it's meant there for. Like, people just think it's either just equality or just women wanting to be equal or better than men.
Definitely rape culture and just how women are treated by men as like objects, or if they're undesirable to men, and their whole worth is based around what they can do for men.
Just ignorance, like no one really likes to address it or look into it or care.
That there are people that are very extreme, or feminists that are very extreme, which was a bad name.
I think the gender pay gap is really important because obviously they're doing the same job and they should get paid different.
I think people are scared to identify as feminists today because of the same thing, like people don't realise what it actually means. Like, there's so many stigmas and stuff around it, and they're so negative, and people don't actually understand that it's meant there for everyone, not just women.
I think men feel they'll be seen as unmasculine if they identify as a feminist, because I don't think they're educated enough on the definition of feminism.
I think it's because if a man said that they are feminists, they will get hate from other men, and it's not fair that they're kind of hated for it. So I think that's why, just out of fear.
Woke culture, I think that, especially in the media as well, feeding like feminism into like, oh, like they're so annoying and they want to change everything, when it's not like that at all. Everyone just wants to be equal.
Because there are a lot of men, mostly men out there, that judge them.
I don't personally have any experiences, but I just know that like every single day, whether it's catcalling or just like being called a bitch, do you know what I mean? Things like that, where women experience that a lot from every man.
In secondary school and primary, I had a boy touch me up, and I didn't say anything about it because I thought like nothing would have been dealt with and stuff like that. And also because it seemed as like a joke and very normalized, so I thought it was just okay.
Well, I used to work at like a restaurant type place, and all the men were just creepy about it, like the jokes they would make, and the customers would just like touch you inappropriately when they wouldn't do that to like the male staff or any of the other men around the room. And it was like definitely just because they like think that's okay and stuff.
Well, yeah, I've witnessed girls getting sexualised by men just by them staring at them excessively.
At my previous job, I was 15 and I was a lot younger than the rest of my colleagues, and I think I was taken advantage of because they thought I was young and naive, so they could pay me a lot less than the male workers there, and we were the same age. The older males would also make comments and feel like they had power over me because I was a young female.
Obviously just more education in schools and stuff with like younger people, because it starts from there. Like if if you're taught from a younger age something, you'll grow with that opinion.
I think it needs to start in schools, like from a young age, from parents and in schools. It needs to be taught like as curriculum, that because it's so like normalized everywhere that it's not okay. And there needs to be more like education on the history of feminism, I think.
Just keep spreading the message that everyone's equal.
Despite the immense progress we have made over the years, we all need to keep fighting to overcome the remaining obstacles surrounding gender equality. Organisations such as the Me Too and Reclaim the Nights movements have become a community for so many individuals to share and express themselves and support others. These types of organisations have set a foundation for the future of feminism, the future we strive to become. We need to educate our younger generations, uplift and support those that are speaking upon their experiences, and continue to fight for equal rights.